We all start in the shadowed war room, the genesis of a trade empire. Deep beneath Greenland's icy surface, a state-of-the-art war room hums with energy. Cold neon blue lights illuminate metallic walls as holographic projections flicker, world trade routes, economic forecasts, and military satellite feeds. The air is thick with strategy, power, and anticipation. Shadows move like ghosts against the steel walls, as powerful figures analyze every glowing display before them. A trade official leans over a console, fingers moving swiftly across a touch screen. Data scrolls across the screen, supply chains, commodity prices, fuel reserves. Another advisor speaks in hushed, urgent tones to an unseen audience. The world is shifting, and Greenland is preparing to step into its destiny. Narrator. Below the frozen surface, where no world power thought to look, a new empire is rising. This is no routine strategy meeting. This is a declaration. The age of American trade dominance is ending. The question is not if, it is when. And when the storm arrives, only one nation will be left standing. A hand hovers over a glowing panel, poised to execute a world-altering decision. A silent nod. The button is pressed. Greenland's economic coup is underway. Scene 2, the signing of the Greenland Accord, a deal that shakes the world. A single contract rests under the glow of an overhead light. The room is silent. All eyes are locked on the figure at the head of the table. A hand, steady, unshaken, grips a pen and signs a name, D. Conahan. Across the polished mahogany surface, world leaders exchange glances, tension thick in the air. The ink dries. The seal of Greenland is pressed into crimson wax. The deal is done. A single nod confirms the world's most audacious economic maneuver. Narrator. History is not written with speeches. It is written with signatures. And on this day, Greenland has rewritten the rules. The ink seals more than a contract, it seals the fate of American trade. A ripple of realization spreads across the room. This is no longer a hypothetical scenario. The world will wake up tomorrow to a different reality. One where the gatekeeper to global commerce is no longer Washington, but Greenland. Scene 3, the cargo ships shift course, Greenland becomes the gatekeeper. Aerial shots of cargo megaships changing course mid-ocean. Towering steel containers, marked Canadian exports, veer toward Greenland's Arctic ports. Waves churn beneath them as the auroras dance overhead, illuminating a future few had foreseen. On board, crew members check their updated orders. Captains hesitate before relaying the commands. Some shake their heads in disbelief, but none dare to question the shift. The supply routes that once flowed predictably into America have been severed. They now belong to Greenland. Narrator. Power isn't always taken with warships or weapons. Sometimes, it is claimed with a simple change in direction. The world's lifeblood, its oil, steel, timber, now flows northward. In the United States? Left waiting on an empty dock. Inside a Greenland control center, digital maps pulse as new routes finalize. The future belongs to those who control supply. And Greenland now holds the keys. Scene 4, the panic in Washington, the White House scrambles. Inside the White House Situation Room, chaos erupts. Flashing red alerts flood digital screens. Analysts argue over reports, advisors flip through trade projections, and one official pounds the table, his voice rising above the noise. The president leans forward, his temples pressed between his fingers. A deep sigh escapes him. Greenland's maneuver has left the U.S. reeling. Narrator. Washington, the unshakable fortress of global trade, now stands paralyzed. What was once a superpower of industry finds itself at the mercy of an unexpected rival. A single question echoes across the room: how did we not see this coming? A national security advisor hesitates before speaking, flipping open a document labeled Urgent, Greenland Trade Redirection. The numbers are clear, America no longer holds the leverage. The president exhales sharply. The realization has set in. Scene 5, Big Dave's price, a 100% markup no one can escape. Stock market tickers flash across a dimly lit trading floor. Every major U.S. import cost has skyrocketed by 100%. Business executives sit in stunned silence. Some check their phones, watching their company shares plummet. Others grip their coffee cups, hands trembling. A billionaire CEO finally speaks. This is catastrophic. Narrator. The corporations that once dictated the terms of global commerce now face an ultimatum: pay double or shut down. Big Dave has spoken. His empire has no room for negotiation. The world must now adjust to his rules. Cut to Big Dave, standing in his Arctic high-rise, watching the panic unfold through the massive glass windows. A slow smile creeps across his face as he scrolls through news reports detailing his billion-dollar triumph. The world belongs to those who control supply, and he now owns the keys to the kingdom. Scene 6, the Greenland Consortium celebrates, a toast to victory. A private Arctic lounge bathed in soft golden light. Greenland's trade elite gather, raising glasses of champagne as international news stations report on the economic upheaval. The mood is electric. Success reverberates through the room. Narrator. Some call it the greatest trade heist in history. Others call it a masterstroke of economic warfare. But in this room, there is no debate. They have won. Greenland has emerged as the world's new economic titan. Big Dave stands at the head of the table, lifting his glass. To the future, he declares. The room erupts in applause. Outside, Greenland's new trade fleet expands by the hour as megaships offload a steady stream of resources. The power shift is no longer theoretical, it is reality. Scene 7, American factories grind to a halt, the cost of trade war. Across the U.S., factories fall silent. Conveyor belts stall. Machines, once roaring with productivity, sit idle. A steel mill worker in Pennsylvania stares at a glowing sign, "Plant closed until further notice." He lowers his hard hat, his face shadowed with uncertainty. Narrator. America's industrial might, built on the foundation of constant supply, is grinding to a halt. The materials they took for granted are now a world away, locked behind a trade deal they never saw coming. News stations report layoffs in waves. Auto plants shut their doors. Union leaders demand government action, but Washington has no answer. The workers who built America's empire now find themselves abandoned by it. Scene 8, the Musky oil salesman reacts, billionaire rivalry begins. A certain tech billionaire paces in his private jet, a frown creasing his face. He refreshes the news feed again. Greenland's takeover is all anyone can talk about. His fingers tighten around his phone. Narrator. Who the hell is Big Dave? The tweet explodes onto social media, sent from the fingertips of one of the world's most powerful men. But across the ocean, Greenland's kingmaker doesn't even flinch. The chessboard is set, and Big Dave is 3 moves ahead. Cut to Big Dave, reclining at his desk, scrolling Twitter with amusement. He takes a sip of coffee, watching as the world's wealthiest minds scramble to understand how he outplayed them. Scene 9, the stock market plummets, Greenland wins the war without firing a shot. Wall Street descends into chaos. Traders shout into their phones. Red graphs flash across LED screens, each one signaling economic devastation. The New York Stock Exchange floor is a hurricane of panic. Narrator. The markets react not with skepticism, but with fear. Greenland's wealth surges overnight, while the U.S. faces its greatest financial reckoning since the Great Depression. The world has changed, and Wall Street knows it. In Greenland, the financial district glows with activity. Digital tickers show record profits. Executives watch the news calmly, sipping imported whiskey. They hold all the cards now. Scene 10, the final move, Big Dave walks away victorious. A dimly lit office. A gold contract, Greenland's insignia stamped in wax. A private plane prepares for departure. The deal is done. The ink is dry. There's nothing left to negotiate. The world will adjust to its new reality, whether it wants to or not. The camera lingers on a folded newspaper resting on the desk. The headline reads, "The man who sold America's future at twice the price." A slow, satisfied chuckle echoes through the room. Narrator: some deals make history. Others rewrite it. This was the masterstroke of an economic kingmaker. Big Dave didn't need to play by the rules, because he was the one writing them. The sound of footsteps echoes as Big Dave walks toward the exit, his coat draped over one shoulder. He steps onto the private plane, pausing for a moment at the top of the stairs. The Arctic wind howls, but inside the jet, it's warm. Comfortable. A place of power. He boards. The door closes. The wheels lift. And just like that, he's gone. The camera zooms out as the plane disappears into Arctic mist. The world, forever changed. It's Big Dave here, and I want to personally thank you for watching my video. Only by us all doing something, that change will occur. My heart breaks for the United States of America, where the masses have been dumped by the few. Please stick up for Denmark and show solidarity. Heck, start by subscribing to our channel, and you could possibly win 1,000 Canadian dollars, draw in March 2025, and is not affiliated with YouTube or any other source but CanadaIceWatching.net. Big hugs from Big Dave. U.S. companies generate substantial profits from importing Canadian goods, with an estimated $43.96 billion in profit derived from $439.6 billion worth of Canadian imports. However, industry-specific profit margins and external factors such as tariffs significantly impact these figures. For example, the automotive industry could face $40 billion in additional costs annually, translating to an average 7% increase per vehicle due to tariffs. In construction, increased tariffs on Canadian lumber raise building costs, affecting home prices. A 25% tariff on Canadian imports could compress U.S. business profit margins by 50 to 250 basis points, depending on the industry. Additionally, many Canadian exports serve as intermediate goods for U.S. manufacturers, meaning tariffs could disrupt supply chains and further reduce profitability. While exact figures fluctuate based on industry trends and external economic conditions, this estimate highlights the crucial role Canadian imports play in U.S. business profitability, reinforcing their economic interdependence.